report. Well, joined now by Alhaji Ibrahim Modibbo, who is the National Coordinator, Concerned Democrats of Conscience. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much.
Well, taking a look at what is going on with this Governor's Forum meeting, what do you think?
Well, never in the history of modern democracy have we seen such a brazen and highly reckless display of insensitivity to democratic tenets as we've seen over the weekend in the last elections of the Governor's Forum. I say this with all sense of responsibility because I believe that there was a genuine election was conducted. Governor Chibuike Amaechi has won these elections landslide by beating hands down Governor Jan in an election that has been considered not only nationally but internationally as very transparent, very credible, and an election that could stand the test of democratic warfare anywhere. You see, let me give you an insider as to what actually transpired. Because as a journalist, a great thinker in politics in this country, and also a deep follower of the Governor's Forum, I have been privileged to some very fundamental information.
Tell us about it.
Yes. You see, right from the onset, Amaechi has been seen as a threat to the present leadership of the PDP. This is a very harmless, this is a Democrat of conscience, a man that has paid his dues in the democratic space of this country. And I believe Governor Amaechi has been able to delve into Nigerian politics because of his belief in the tenets of democracy, and also because of his belief in changing the face and character of governance, which is likely to transform this country from its present status to the next generation. Now, having conducted the democratic space under the Governor's Forum, this is a man that has brought finesse, he has brought credibility, he has brought character and characterization in the Governor's Forum. Before Amaechi, when he started with the governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Adamu, 1999, he had 2 terms. Then he went to Victor Atta. From Victor Atta to Ibinidion. From Ibinidion, it went to Bukola Saraki. It was from Bukola Saraki that the Governor's Forum has started to take shape and character. The Governor's Forum is a pressure group. Whether we like it or not, some people are saying it's not constitutional. The Governor's Forum, under the provision of the Nigerian Constitution, it is legal. Legal in the sense that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives you the latitude, freedom of movement, freedom of association. And these people have decided to associate as leaders in this country, forming a pressure group that has been able to shape the character of a government that many consider as clueless. So the Governor's Forum, in essence, is a forum that has been able to give sense of direction. Amaechi is one Nigerian that has piloted the affairs of his state with philosophical calmness. His robust approach to issues of governance has silenced even his most ardent critics. This Nigerian, go to River State. He's not like some of these governors that when they construct one culvert, they call the whole wall and then start to cut the tape and open. This man is a silent performer. Whether you like it or not, go to River State and you see changes. So the face and character of governance has completely changed.
So why don't we have the PDP giving him their full support?
Look, you see, the PDP sees Amaechi as an antagonist. Antagonist in the sense that he stands for good governance in this country. He has led his peer group. Like somebody was saying that the Governor's Forum has no relevance. The Governor's Forum is antagonist to the government. The Governor's Forum has it has lost it has lost credibility among Nigerian people. I don't believe that. I think that shows the level of ignorance of what Nigerian politics is. No wonder Dr. Fabian is in diaspora, and therefore he talks from the viewpoint of somebody that doesn't know the politics of Nigeria. Look at it critically. The Governor's Forum under Amaechi has been able to look dispassionately at the Nigerian political system. It has been able to assist the present president in shaping his government, because most people describe, especially the opposition, describe this government as clueless, as government has no focus, no sense of direction. So what Amaechi is doing is to say, look, there are some issues, fundamental issues that need to be guided. You see the issue of sovereign wealth fund, excess crude account, the issue of offshore and onshore dichotomy, the issue of state police, the issue of local government autonomy. These are all issues that the Governors Forum has been able to influence the political decision of this country. They have made an input in the sense that they want a system where all Nigerians fulfill the Nigerian names in them. And therefore, these people believe that it's challenging the authority of President Jonathan. I think it's not correct. And secondly, there has been this presumed aspiration, the presumed aspiration which Amaechi has consistently denied, that is not your ambition to be a presidential candidate or vice presidential candidate of this country. And I think it is there for Amaechi to tell us if he is interested. As far as we are concerned, we don't know. So if these people feel threatened by the rising political profile of a Democrat of conscience like Amaechi, I think it is unfortunate and a great disservice to democracy in Nigeria.
The situation now, this election, or so to speak, of the NGF seems to have heated up the polity. Is that what is needed now, considering the challenges that the country is facing? Thank you.
It's unfortunate that this election is sending a lot of vibes across the country. It is rising the political tempo unnecessarily. Let me go back a little. Kindly crave me the indulgence to tell you what transpired as I wanted to tell you. On the day of the election, because I was there, I monitored as a concerned Democrat of conscience, a national coordinator, I monitored what was happening there.
So which of the elections?
The election of the Nigeria Governors Forum.
Held this Friday?
Held on Friday.
They let you in?
No, I was there. I was at the premises where it happened. I was there. They didn't let me in. But I have the privileged information of what transpired.
Tell us.
Good. You see, Governor Chibuike was the third governor to come in to the hall. Already, having mapped out the strategies, having been able to get these signatures, and go and look at the document, I am telling you, if this thing is tested in the court of law, Governor Chibuike and his clique will go to jail. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Because the document has been altered. Go and look at the biro. They used the red biro to change from either March or April to May. It was altered, and the name on that document was not Governor Jang's name. That signatures was gotten because the PDP, in its desperation, had tried all it could to see that it changed Amaechi, and it brought the governor of Katsina, Ibrahim, into the fold. Now, have you realized, Sheme even was on BBC, House of Service, and he said he was ready to contest for the governorship forum, chairmanship of the governorship forum. Barely 1 week to the elections, they brought in Governor Yuguda of Bauchi State. That brought some bad blood, because they did all they could to settle the two to an amicable table to resolve their differences, but it failed woefully. And barely 24 hours. It was even on around 3 o'clock on the day of the election that Governor Jang's name was smuggled in as a contestant. He brought his form. This is against natural justice, equity, and good conscience. There is no way in the election, even under Mobutu Sese Seko, Robert Mugabe, or Joseph Kasavubu, nobody, or Emperor Bokassa, no election that has been conducted by not having, your forms, at least barely 24 or 48 hours, there must be a closure.
But did that group accepted it?
They accepted because they had wanted just peace. They knew that they were heading for monumental defeat. And when they brought in this thing, they just smuggled the name of Jang on that sheet. And that day, let me tell you, the governor of Yobe, Ibrahim Modibbo, whom I know very well, was not even in the country. So how did they get the signature? The signature was there. If they say it was that day when Jang brought his form for that election, that was the day going.
Well, I think, sorry to bother you, they haven't said it was taken on that day. I think that what we got is that, knowing full well that there has never been any election in the forum, so they have collated all the signatures. Perhaps he signed before he left the country. So all the markings that, as we can see here from what we have here, we just try to alter the date from April to May.
You see, Suleiman, there is one thing. We are northerners, and we know ourselves. I'm telling you, if the PD feels, or President Jonathan, in his infinite wisdom, if he feels he can use Jan to get any electoral value in the north, he's making a very big political mistake, because Jan cannot win anything beyond the confines of Plateau. So most of these governors in the north, they know his strength and they know his weaknesses. Jan has no electoral value outside Plateau.
But a quick
We are
one,
northerners.
but a quick one here.
And therefore, let me land.
Hands off this. So
Yes,
perhaps
kindly let me land. There is no how you can wash off the hands of the presidency in this matter. No way.
Why?
Because in our place we say, Biriya Kawadawutum. The monkey looks like a man. And the hierarchy is all over. Right from, look at the intimidation and look at the victimization that has been heaped on this harmless Nigeria. Right from the onset, you see his plane, his oil wells were confiscated to Bayelsa. They are making this man very miserable simply because they have the perceived notion that this leading political figure, whose political profile is rising beyond the confines of their